Now that you know what inversions are, let's talk about how to practice them. In this lesson, I'll show you the exact order I recommend practicing triads. And I'll break down how to play them so you can really internalize the shapes before jumping into the play along. Close skill practice means drills. No fills, no phrasing, just triads. This lesson is about getting disciplined with triad shapes, learning the voicings across the fretboard and locking them in with clean right and left hand technique. Why do this? Because if you skip straight to the play along, you'll only memorize finger movements. The real goal is to internalize the shapes section by section so you can really see, hear, and feel the triads before playing in time. And that way, when you add the backing track later, you'll be confident instead of scrambling to keep up. Let's start by playing chord by chord. On one string set, we're going to play through all the voicings of each triad in the chord progression of the backing track. Let's start with C major. Then here's B flat major. Then here's F major. Then here comes E flat major. And lastly, here's the G major. Notice that I am starting each chord on the lowest fret available for that string set, even if that means you don't always play in the order of root position, first inversion, second inversion. If you'd rather keep things simple, it's totally fine to always start with the root position, then play in the order of first inversion, then second inversion. I would say both approaches are valid. Go ahead and choose the one that helps you visualize the best. Once you feel comfortable with each triad on its own, then move on to playing them in the order of the progression. There will be two sections. Section A has the chord C major, B flat major, then F. Then section B has E flat, B flat, then a C. And then the turnaround for section B will be a E flat, B flat, and a G. Here, always aim for the nearest inversion when the chord changes. That's called voice leading, and it makes your playing smooth and connected. Let me emphasize, you want to do this first without the play along track. Don't rush into the play along until you can smoothly switch between chords section by section. Once you feel comfortable moving through one string set, you're going to move on to the next string set. Remember, there is string set number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each set gives you a different road across the fretboard. After the horizontal practice, we're going to repeat the same process vertically in positions 1, which have D and C shape, then position 2, which have A and G shapes, then position 3, which have E shape. Again, we're going to walk through each chord individually first, then play through the progression in that position. Think of this as exploring one neighborhood at a time. Now let me go ahead and demonstrate playing through string set by string set, and I'll break down the fingering for each triad shapes. Now for the picking hand, feel free to pluck these as chords using either hybrid picking, or you could arpeggiate the chords. I'll leave you some freedom. For this demonstration, I'll go ahead and just arpeggiate it. Okay, let's go ahead and start with string set number 1. I'm going to start with second inversion C major triad. This one has open strings involved. So I got open G string. Then first finger is on first fret B string. Then open E string. Moving on to the root position C major triad, I have middle finger on 5th fret G, ring finger on 5th fret B, then first finger on 3rd fret E. Okay, moving on to the first inversion, I have middle finger on G string 9th fret, then first finger is going to cover both B and E string on the 8th fret. Then, once I arrive at the second inversion, this is the octave from the earlier one, I have first finger G string 12th fret, then 13th fret B string with the ring finger, then middle finger on the high E string 12th fret. Then after the second inversion, I'm going to be using the same fingering for root position. The fretting fingering for the major triad shapes will remain the same all through the chords. So feel free to keep your left hand the same. So moving on to the B flat major triad. Here's on this string set number 1. Root position. First inversion. Second inversion. Then we're back to root position. Then first inversion. Okay, moving on to F major triad. Here is first inversion. Second inversion. Root position. First inversion. Second inversion. Okay, then we have an E flat. I'll start with the second inversion. Root position. First inversion. Second inversion. I'll finish with root position. Okay, lastly, here's a G major triad. I'll go ahead and start with first inversion, second inversion, root position, first inversion, then second inversion. Okay, now let me go ahead and demonstrate playing through string set number 1 according to the chord progressions of the backing track. So starting with section A, the chords will be C major. I'll go ahead and start with root position here. Then the nearby triad, there's actually not really a clear answer. You could either go down to the root position of B flat, or you could go up to the first inversion B flat. So you have some options. So here again, experiment for yourself. Just know that there's not one clear answer you could go towards. So for this purpose, I'll go ahead and stick with the root position B flat. So starting with C major again, B flat, then the nearby F is first inversion F major. Okay, let me pick a different starting point. I'll start with C major, first inversion. Then move down to B flat, first inversion. Then F major, second inversion. And lastly, we have second inversion C major triad. Moving down to B flat, second inversion. And finishing with F major, root position. Then to cover the section B chord progression, I'll start with E flat, second inversion, B flat, root position, then C major, second inversion with the open string. You could also play a root position C major triad there. All right, moving on to the next in line, we have E flat, root position, first inversion B flat major, then I'll go first inversion C major. And lastly, we have E flat major triad, first inversion, then a B flat major triad, second inversion. Then you could land either on first inversion C major, or you could play second inversion C major triad. Okay, and then the turnaround for section B, let's say I'm playing from the E flat first inversion, B flat second inversion. The nearest chord is root position G major. And you could cycle through the inversions since there's a good amount of space there. Let's move on to string set number 2. I'll go ahead and demo each triad individually first, starting with C major triad. I'm gonna go first inversion. This one has open string involved, but the left hand fingering is middle finger on second fret D, then an open G string, and then first finger on the B string first fret. Then moving on to the second inversion, I have pretty much a bar with my first finger all on the 5th fret. Then I have the root position C major triad, ring fingers on the D string 10, middle fingers on G string 9, and first finger is B string 8. Then here's first inversion C major triad without the open strings, ring finger on D string 14, first finger is 12 G, then middle finger is 13 on B. Especially towards the higher frets, I often like to revert to using ring finger to bar, especially on those second inversion. So the C major second inversion, I got all the way up on the 17th fret. But pretty much the fingering here, whichever finger could fit is fair game. Okay, all other major triad shapes, I use the same fingering, so feel free to apply them in different triads. Okay, so moving on to B flat, I'll go a little bit quicker on this one. So second inversion B flat, root position B flat, first inversion B flat, second inversion B flat, then root position. Okay, then we move on to the F major triad. I'm starting with root position, first inversion, second inversion, root position, and first inversion. All right, moving on to E flat major triad, I have first inversion, second inversion, root position, first inversion, and second inversion. And lastly, here's a G major triad. This one, you could actually play open D, G, B. That will be your second inversion. Then we have the root position, first inversion, second inversion, then a root position, and first inversion. Okay, to demonstrate the voice leading exercise, playing through the chord progression, let me give you a quick demo starting with section A. Here is C major triad. So I'll start with second inversion. Okay, moving to B flat, same second inversion. Then a nearby triad would be F major root position. Okay, moving on to the next spot, we have root position C major. You can move down to B flat, root position. Then F major, first inversion. Then lastly, we have C major triad, second inversion. First inversion. Okay, this one I'll switch to B flat, second inversion. Then a F major root position. This one, I feel like you could also go C major first inversion, then a B flat first inversion, then land on F major second inversion. Here again is not really a cut clear answer sometimes, so feel free to experiment yourself. Then we have section B starting with E flat first inversion. B flat is second inversion. And then I'll land on C major first inversion. This is with the open string. Okay, moving on to E flat. Here is second inversion. B flat root position. C major. We have the second inversion. Okay, and then next we have E flat, root position, B flat, first inversion, then we have C major, root position. You could also play this, first inversion. I feel like that's close enough. So there you go. So that covers string set number 2. Okay, moving on to string set number 3. Here's all individual chords first. We have root position C major. I have the fingering, ring finger on A string third, then middle fingers on second fret D string, then I have an open G string on this one. Okay, the first inversion of that, I have ring finger on 7th fret A, then first finger is gonna bar D and G string 5th fret. Then we have the second inversion, C major triad. The middle finger is on A string 10, ring finger is on D string 10, first finger is on G string 9. Then lastly, we have the root position C major triad. This is without the open string. I have ring finger on A string 15, middle finger on D string 14, first finger is on G string 12. I'll go ahead and move over to B flat major triad. I'll move a little bit quicker. Same left hand fretting finger applies here. So starting with first inversion B flat, second inversion, then a root position, first inversion, then a second inversion. Okay, now we have a F major triad. I'll start this with a second inversion, root position, first inversion, then second inversion, and then root position. Moving on to E flat, I'll start this with a second inversion involving an open string. then root position, first inversion, second inversion, then a root position, and lastly we have the G major triad. This one I'll start with first inversion involving open string, second inversion, root position, first inversion, second inversion. Okay, let me go ahead and demonstrate voice leading, going through the chord progression of section by section. So starting with C major, I'll start with the root position with the open string. Okay, I could go to B flat, first inversion, then an F major, second inversion. Then moving on, we have first inversion on C major. Okay, I go second inversion B flat, and F major, root position. Okay, moving on to the next spot, we have second inversion C major. Okay, second inversion B flat. This one you could also go root position there. I'll stick with the second inversion. Then that leads us back into root position F. Now if I were to play the root position B flat into the F major would be a first inversion. Then we have root position C major. B flat would be root position. Then you could finish on first inversion, F major. Okay, here is section B, starting with an E flat. I'll start with this open string involved, voicing the second inversion. Then I'll move towards the first inversion B flat. And let's go root position C major. Then moving on to the next spot, we have root position on E flat. Close by is B flat, first inversion. Then I'll move up to C major, first inversion. Okay, moving to the first inversion E flat. Then close by one is second inversion B flat. And I'll choose to go same second inversion C major. Okay, if I were to start on second inversion E flat without the open string, you go B flat root position, and then you could finish on root position C major or second inversion. And from that position, if I were to finish on a G major, let's say I go from a second inversion E flat, B flat root position, a G major, first inversion, and you could move towards the root position as well. And then second inversion, and back to the first inversion. So many options on this one. And lastly, here is the string set number 4. I'll go ahead and start with each major triad individually. So C major, here's the second inversion. This one you could use 2 different fingerings, but I'll show you this one. I have middle finger on E string third, ring finger on A string third, first finger on D string second. Then the root position for C major, since I have small hands, I like to use pinky for this one. So pinky on the E string 8, ring finger on A string 7, then first finger on D string 5th. Okay, next we have first inversion C major. I'm using ring finger for 12th fret E, then first finger is going to bar A string and D string 10th fret. And then you would continue the same fingering from there. That's your second inversion. Finish with first inversion, or root position, I'm sorry. And when the spacing are close, I try to use, close by fingers there. Okay, so here is B flat. I'm using the same fretting fingers. So let's start with the second inversion with open D string. Root position. First inversion. Then a second inversion. Root position. Okay, here's F major triad. I'm starting on first inversion. Second inversion. Root position. Then first inversion. And we have second inversion. That's a really cramped position there. Then moving on to E flat, we have first inversion, second inversion, root position, first inversion, second inversion. And lastly, here's G major, starting with the root position. This is with the open D string. First inversion, second inversion, root position, first inversion. Then let me demonstrate voice leading going through the chord progression. Here's section A, starting with C major. Here's second inversion. Okay, you could go towards the second inversion B flat. Then an F major, you could resolve it to first inversion. Okay, moving on to the next position, we have root position C major. Okay, this time, let me go first inversion B flat, then a second inversion F major. Then this time, let me go ahead and start with C major first inversion, then second inversion B flat, and finishing with root position F major. Then for section B, if I were to start E flat with the first inversion, you could go second inversion B flat, and second inversion C major. If I were to start with second inversion E flat, you could go root position B flat, then a C major root position. Okay, then if I were to start with E flat root position, first inversion B flat, then you could slide this up to the first inversion C. So there you go. Those are all the string sets you could possibly go through horizontally. So now let me break down playing through these triads vertically. So I'll go ahead and start with position 1, where it has D major and C major shapes. I'll go ahead and start with playing each triad vertically. So starting with C major, that's your second inversion. Then moving to the next string set, that's first inversion. Moving to the next root position. And then the last string set we have second inversion. And you could do the same thing for B flat major triad. Okay, here is a F major triad. Then we have E flat major triad. lastly, we have the G major triad. So that covers playing through position 1 vertically for each triad. Now, if I were to demonstrate a voice leading, I'll go ahead and start with C major on position 1. And as I move through the chords, you'll start to realize in order to practice voice leading, you'll have to switch positions. So let me show you what that means. So starting with C major, here's on the string set number 1, second inversion. Okay, let me go down to B flat, second inversion, same string set. Okay, now in order to go to the nearby F major triad, which is the root position F major, now this crosses over to position 2, which has an A major shape and a G major shape. So be careful as you practice voice leading exercise, kind of slow down and really think about the nearby triads and think about the position you're in. Let me demonstrate one more time. C major, second inversion. B flat, second inversion. Then we have root position F major. Okay, on the next string set, we have first inversion, C major. B flat, first inversion. Then we have second inversion, F major. Then we have the next string set, root position, C major. Then we have B flat, root position. Then you could go to first inversion, F major triad. Then the last one, we have second inversion, C major. B flat, second inversion. And you could resolve this to F major, root position. Okay, now once I reach a section B of the progression, the E flat, if I were to go back to string set number 1, here is first inversion. Move to B flat, second inversion. And staying in the same neighborhood, second inversion, C major. Okay, we have E flat on the next string set. This is your root position. Here's first inversion, B flat. And then move to the C major, first inversion. Okay, our next string set, we could go second inversion, E flat. That takes me to B flat, root position. And you could resolve it to C major, root position. And lastly, we have E flat, first inversion on the last string set. You could turn this into B flat, second inversion. And second inversion, C major. Now if I were to take from a B flat, let's say I'm finishing the progression to a G major, I could go to a root position, G major. So take the time to go through all the chords and voice leadings. It does take some time to really develop your sense of awareness, but let me keep moving forward into the next positions or next part of the fretboard. So I'm gonna always set the starting chord as my reference point. So C major, here is position 2, A and G shape. Okay, here is B flat major triad, same position. Okay, then here is F major, same position. Then if I were to go E flat, here it is. And lastly, here's G major. Okay, if I were to demonstrate the voice leading exercise, we have starting with C major on position 2. That's your root position. Here's the second one. B flat, also root position. And a nearby F would be, this would be now part of a position 3, the E shape. Okay, moving on to string set number 2. I have second inversion, C major, B flat second inversion, and a root position, F major. Then I have first inversion, moving on to string set number 3, first inversion, C major, first inversion, B flat, second inversion, F major. Then lastly, we have string set number 4, root position C major, root position B flat, then first inversion F major. Okay, I'll go back to the string set number 1 in order to go through the section B of the progression. Here's E flat, second inversion, root position B flat, root position C major. Okay, now here's string set number 2, E flat with the first inversion, B flat on the second inversion, then C major, second inversion. Okay, here is E flat onto the next string set, root position, then first inversion, B flat, and then first inversion, C major. And last string set, we have second inversion, E flat, then a B flat root position. Okay, let me resolve it to a G major here, first inversion. That will finish in a different position too. Okay, that covers position 2, at least starting with position 2, and then we'll be jumbling through different positions once you start voice leading. Then we have the final position, E shape, the position 3, starting with C major. I'll go ahead and play through all the individual triad shapes. Here's B flat. Here's F major. Then we have an E flat. And lastly, G major. Okay, if I were to start voice leading, starting with C major, here is first inversion. I could go towards B flat first inversion. Then resolve it to F major, second inversion. Okay, moving to the next string set, I'll start with root position C major triad, B flat major triad, that's root position. Then land on first inversion F major. Okay, moving to the next string set, we have second inversion C major, second inversion B flat, and land on root position F major. Okay, here's the next string set, first inversion C major triad, then a B flat first inversion, then a second inversion F major triad. Okay, I'll go back to string set number 1 to demonstrate section B of the chord progression. Here is E flat, starting with root position. Going to B flat first inversion, and C major first inversion. Okay, moving to the next string set, we have E flat second inversion, going to the B flat first root position, finish with C major root position. Moving on to the next string set, I have first inversion E flat, second inversion B flat, and a second inversion C major. And lastly, I have the root position E flat, first inversion B flat. Now let me switch into a G major. The closest G major I could go from here is second inversion G major. So that covers all the horizontal movement and a vertical movement you could practice. Here again, there's probably a lot. So I would say use this video to come back as a reference if you get stuck in certain areas. So just to recap, first walk through each chord individually, starting on the lowest fret possible. Then once you feel comfortable, connect them through the progression with voice leading. Then move through all string sets horizontally, then repeat the same framework vertically in caged positions. And only after that, you should consider moving onto the play along track. In the next lesson, you'll put this into time with backing track so you can practice along.